right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. It's Harmless Dave here, the real music observer, observing real music in real time for, you guessed it, real people just like you right there, and just like me right here. Neal Schon has been talking about this security footage from a concert he did in Fort Wayne with the rest of his bandmates, where allegedly his wife was roughed up by Live Nation security. Neal Schon has basically filed a lawsuit against said security company, and I'm not sure what kind of damages he is seeking, but people have been sending footage, and then there's footage that mysteriously starts where somebody gets right up in his wife's face, and then there's a portion of that footage that mysteriously disappears and then reappears later when she's been moved off stage or away from the stage. Really weird stuff. You know, at first when I heard this, I was like, yeah, I had reported on how Neal had mentioned this probably a year or so ago, how his wife Michaela was trying to get good pictures, good quality video, because Neal apparently doesn't think the folks who actually take the videos and pictures for Journey really capture him in a good light, so to speak, literally speaking. And more or less, I guess he figures that if he's going to post pictures on his own page, or Michaela is going to put pictures on her page, the one where she basically shares info about Neal, and usually nice little snippet videos that are montages and so forth. She does take really good pictures. She kind of reminds me of Linda McCartney, because she's, you know, devoted wife, and she really seems to enjoy going out on the road and helping Neal basically do promotions, and her work is pretty stellar. She does a great job. And what's really interesting about this is there does seem to be some kind of conspiracy to possibly block out some of this footage that may have shown what happened to Neal Schon's wife. We may never know. Neal has implored people who have gone or went to that concert to actually send him footage, and he can break it down from there. But man, this is a weird kind of thing that's unfolding, and it shows again how there is a rift inside of this whole operation, and it goes right to the top of the way things are run. Neal's in a position, though, these days. I mean, he's got Journey Through Time. Quite honestly, he doesn't need the parent company anymore. In fact, if he wanted to take that name and just apply it to his bandmates over at Journey Through Time, I don't know what could stop him. I know, legally speaking, there might be a challenge, but it would really look silly if anybody was challenging the guy who founded the band. And then he's got another co-founder in the band now, which would be Greg Raleigh. So again, from a PR standpoint, that would be a debacle of epic proportions to try to wrestle the trademark away from the guy who's been really carrying the torch since the very beginning. And more importantly, a guy who wants to carry the torch into the future, whereas everybody else is kind of off relaxing. You know, it's too strenuous, for instance, to play bass right now. I got to take a break. You know, it's too much work. And then the other guys out there doing, you know, church gatherings and all of that. So, look, I don't know. For my money, the Journey Through Time project is what's going to carry things forward. I understand the other band will be back, I guess, toward the end of the year, that there are dates that have already been booked, according to Steve Smith and a couple other places I've read. So we'll see what happens with this whole security debacle. It is fascinating, though, that people have footage, and it does look like she may have been roughed up And again, this is an alleged thing, so I want to make sure I say allegedly, because until it goes to court or it's hashed out through negotiations, we'll probably never know really fully what happened. That's probably my guess right now. All right, done with this video. Be back soon. See you then.